Hi, this is Tommy from Majestica, and you're watching Metal on Tap. Hello there. Hi.
How are we?
Yeah, we're doing fine. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing excellent, of course. It's Australian summer down here. Like I can't complain. What's there to complain about?
Well, if I would have summertime, I would complain. I prefer
Uh,
the winter, so I'm happy right here in lovely cold Sweden.
I was about to say, you liking winter, the man who does all the Christmas albums and all the Christmas songs, you enjoy winter?
I enjoy winter. I enjoy winter so much that I even started to watch Christmas movies during the summertime a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay, okay. You know what? That's it. Let's do that as our first question. What is your favorite Christmas movie? I know you love Christmas. It's no surprise that Tommy Johansson loves Christmas, but what is your favorite Christmas movie?
You know what? That is a very, very hard question to answer because there's so many good movies. I mean, obviously, Home Alone. I think Home Alone one is one of the best. But then we have, of course, um, Elf with Will
Mm,
Ferrell. I love Will Ferrell, so I
yeah.
think he's doing a great role in that movie. And Jingle All the Way with
Yes,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
that's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, that is my favorite. Jingle All the Way. I watch it every Christmas Eve. Every Christmas Eve
Yeah.
without fail. Jingle All the Way is my favorite. And I'm glad Arnie's filming a new Christmas movie right now for next year. So very excited to see that
Really?
as well. Yeah, it's
Oh, nice.
he plays Santa Claus. It's like Die Hard. You get someone from the naughty list to track down who stole his bag. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a good time. Good to see
Oh,
Arnie in a Christmas movie again.
it's like the movie Fat Man with Mel Gibson.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a bit more family friendly because the guy he hires is the guy who plays Jack Reacher, that huge man. So yeah, it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
But good.
I just saw Jingle All the Way. Well, I mean, right before Christmas, and it just hit me. That's from the this famous line, "Put the cookie down."
You put the cookie down now. I love it. I've got a Turbo Man doll sitting over there. I had to have it. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yes, yes, yes. Big fan.
Wow.
Big fan. Big fan.
Nice.
Yeah. Like,
I found it once in Walmart. I was this close to buying it, but it was so big.
yeah, it is big. It's like it's big. It's a big toll, man.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. It's cool, dude. No, thank you. I'm glad we opened with Christmas stuff because I'm a huge fan of Christmas. I know a lot of adults when they get older try to pretend they don't love Christmas. I love Christmas, man. I've still got the Christmas tree up. It's over there still. Like, but yeah,
Okay. Oh,
we're bad.
nice.
We're bad in Australia for that. But anyway, Tommy, it is a pleasure to have you here today. Fans of this channel have been wanting you for a long time on here, so it is great to have you here. And it is great that Powertrain is nearly out. You nearly get to show the new album to the world. Feels like a long time for a Majestica album. Like, tell me about the process about getting this one out. You just dropped the new video on Tuesday, I believe it was. I stayed up to 1 a.m. to do the reaction video. I was very tired, but fans were very happy that I got it out. But amazing song. Everything on this album so far has been banger. How are you feeling about it all?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. I feel good. I feel very excited to show people what we've been working with, and I know that a lot of people would like to know what I left Sabaton for.
Mm,
You know, I mean, of course, I did some Majestica stuff before that, but now when I left Sabaton, I know there's a lot of people who are like, you know, okay, so is it going to continue with Majestica? How is that going to work? And,
yeah.
and then I can just, release this album and show everybody, well, you know what? This is one of the reasons I left Sabaton to be
Yeah.
able to produce this album. Because if I wouldn't have left Sabaton, we wouldn't have time to record this because the times when Sabaton was in America, two times last year, we
Yeah.
were in the studio because that was like the only time we had. So if I would still be in the band, we will not have an album out. So I'm very, excited to see what people think about it. But I think they're going to like it. I mean,
Yeah.
so far I've read a couple of reviews, and they say some of them say it's better than Above the Sky, our first album. Some of them say it's a mix between the two, and also seen some people say, well, it's not as good as the Christmas album, but a very strong number two. And it's like, well, that's okay. I like that. Yeah, I mean, the Christmas album is everything that's Christmas is just gold. So,
Yeah. I walk around the house still with Ghost of Marley, like doing the different parts with my wife. I was like, "Tell me why you have your senses. None of this is real." I love it. Like it's great. But I had a chance to listen to the album today, man, and you have done a phenomenal job. People with a story in the night on my video, the reaction video I did, people going, "This is the best I've ever heard Majestica sound." I'm like, man, there are some bangers on this album you haven't even heard yet. Like I was listening to My Epic Dragon while I was waiting for you as well. I was like, wow, was that almost like an ode to the never-ending story? Because it gives me big never-ending story vibes. Like it doesn't sound like the song, but I'm like, were you inspired by that classical, 80s movie soundtrack vibe while doing that song in particular? Or was that just, I've just linked the two because it's like, there's a dragon, you've got Falcor in the never-ending story, and my brain has just put them two together.
well, you're not too far out. It's
Cool.
actually inspired by a movie, and that is the movie Dragonheart with the Sean Connery.
Okay.
Dennis Quaid, you know. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, of course, I know. It's one of those movies that I put on every now and then. I'm like, oh, Dragonheart, and then you watch it, and you're like, oh, he doesn't realize that's the dragon who saved the king, and it's just one of those feel good movies that is so, and it makes a lot of sense now that you said. I'm like, yes, of course. What a heartbreaking movie that is as well. I can, if I ever want to make my brother cry, I just go to the stars, and he just weeps instantly, and it's stuck in
Mm.
his head from a kid. What a beautiful movie, and it makes sense. It's an epic song. Are you a big fan of all those kind of like 80s, 90s fantasy films? Because we don't get
Yeah.
those anymore with Marvel now. And don't get me wrong, I love Marvel, but we miss the charm of a Dragon Heart, a never-ending story, and it really and power metal and music you make. It kind of highlights that era because it feels nostalgic at the same time as feeling new. Was that your plan all along when trying to do something like this, or does it just come out that way sometimes?
I think it's, in the back of my head because I I still go back to these movies, the 90s movies. I think that the 90s they produced the best movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love the 80s as well, of course, but when it comes to movies in the 80s, there's something special. It's the music. I mean, Hook, that
Yeah.
is one of my favorite movies, and that soundtrack is with me like all the time.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think that these 90s movies and the 80s movies, they're, you know, following me all the
Yeah.
time without even thinking about it. And speaking of Neverending Story, on the Christmas album, we have a song called This Christmas. And right before the last chorus, we have this melody when it goes like bum da da dum da da dum da 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 dum. You have a melody. Da, 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 do, da, da, da. And then I realized, oh shit, that's from Neverending Story. Da, 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 do. And I never thought about it until I made a power metal cover of that one a couple of weeks ago. It's like, shit,
Yeah.
it's the same. It's the same melody. And also, before I forget, the Dragonheart, the movie,
Yes. Yes.
My Epic Dragon. Right before the solo in that song, the choirs are singing "Stars Align" when he earned his honor.
I'm gonna when we finish this interview, I'm gonna put it back on. I need to pay attention to it. Yep, yep. I've got to put that back on right after this because oh mate, you give me goosebumps now talking about this. I love this. This is brilliant.
Uh, and with the arrangement of the choirs singing that "Stars Align" when he earned his honor.
Oh, mate,
You have to listen to it. You have to listen to it.
I will. You're pulling the strings of my heart right now. This is you're doing everything I love. And speaking of that, because you mentioned the YouTube channel, how have you found being like you've become a YouTuber essentially? Like you started with a few covers, and you've always done it. I remember, oh God, over 10 years ago now, you did the cover of "Look at My Horse." Like that's how far back I go as a fan of you. So
Wow.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
okay, yeah. So I'm an OG fan. So yeah, this has been a long time coming for me. But going through and doing all these, and I remember it was the octave up of "You Raise Me Up" so I could walk on mountains. I remember showing my father that, and he just couldn't believe it. How's it
Wow.
been now that you've kind of you're a YouTuber, a musician at the same time? How's the feedback been? Because being on YouTube, there's a lot more direct feedback. You see comments, you get notifications all the time. How's that impacted your life? Like, has it changed much, or are you still kind of Tommy J going on with your life doing these things?
No, it has definitely changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, if it if I didn't start with YouTube, I would probably still be in Sabaton because when I realized that I can earn money from YouTube, that's when I started to really work hard. And
Yeah.
then I thought, if I'm going to quit the band, I need an income, and it needs to match the income from Sabaton or better. And then when it started to match, and it did for over a year, and it just increased and became better, that's when I thought, okay,
Yeah.
now I can quit the band. Now I have something to fall back on, and it's just been going better and better.
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes people think like I have an opinion, and I want the world to know what I think about this. And
Yeah.
I can tell you that 99% of all the comments are good, are just so nice. It's incredible how much love I'm receiving on YouTube. But every now and then, there are those who think that I should really know that this sucks.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's so funny, but when people write like, "Holy shit, this was bad," or "You don't sing as good as the original," and the original is much better, it's like, well, obviously the original is the best version. This is I'm not. It's not anyone who does a cover never tries to outdo the original.
Mm.
They're just paying their homage, doing a tribute
Yeah.
to the original. But and then sometimes my favorite comment that I will one day put on the wall because it raises so many questions. There was one guy or girl commenting on The Price by Twisted Sister,
Yep.
saying, "Good voice, but overweight." Like, what should I do with that? Good voice, but overweight. I don't know. I mean, do I have to be skinny to be able to sing, or overweight for what?
Uh,
You know?
they must, whoever that was must have hated Meatloaf. I mean, like, come on, like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But people on the internet are just me. I'm a small channel myself, and I still get that stuff. Like, and I'm like, I can only imagine the stuff that comes through you. But at the same time, and a credit to you, Tommy, because you're looking fantastic. If you go back and watch your Mamma Mia or Money, Money, Money cover from all those years ago. You've done fantastic, mate. You're like, well done. Like a lot of weight loss.
Well,
You've done
thank you.
well. No, it's a just. I was a big guy myself. I used to either you use kilos over in Sweden, I'm assuming as well. I used to be 178 kilos at one point. I've gotten right down to about 102. So I know it's a testament. Like, and well done. You've done a very
Oh,
good job.
well, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a constant struggle. It's, goes up and down. I'm one of these guys that when I I eat good food and then I gain, and then I have to work hard, really much to get that down. Uh, not like other people I know that whatever they eat, whatever they drink, they stay. They look fantastic all the time, and it makes me so upset.
I know. I
Uh,
know. Makes me want to
but
cry.
exactly, my former stepbrother. He ate chocolate and drank Coca-Cola, regular cola every day. And for 20 years, he remained skinny. It's like,
Oh.
what are you doing? Come on, man.
I swear I'd gain a kilo if a McDonald's ad comes on a YouTube video. Just looking at the food makes me gain weight. I know how you feel. The pain is real. The pain is real, my friend.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
speaking about going back to the Money, Money, Money cover, are we ever going to get a Swedish Hits Goes Metal Volume 3? Or maybe you can compile some of your YouTube covers and just make it an album on Spotify. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I have actually released a couple of covers
Yeah.
on the Spotify, a couple of albums, but Swedish Disco's Metal was kind of a concept that me and my former record company put together,
Oh, okay.
and it didn't really end well at all. Uh, these guys, especially one of the guys, my former boss, he kind of worked me so hard that I hit the wall and got burned out. And one evening, I took a photo of my guitars because I want to put them up on eBay,
Oh,
and sell them
oh,
and never play again. So I was kind of forced due to contract to release music, and even though I was feeling like shit, that was the worst, absolutely worst time of my life. It was like, well, you have a job to do, do it. It's like, of course, you have a job to do, but when you can't sing, when you can't produce, when you're feeling like shit, I mean, you can always postpone a release.
hmm.
It doesn't matter what anyone say. You can always postpone a release. It's not the end of the world. No
Yeah.
one loses money. It's just we do it later. That's the end of that story. We've done that many times with Majestica. The single, A New Beginning, was supposed to be released in April. We released it in like July or something.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. But when I was working with these guys, that was not possible. If I didn't release, I mean, the shit I got for not delivering in time, and it was just horrible. Not that I'm lazy, but
Yeah.
creativity. I'm recording vocals. Today I'm sick. Well, then I can't sing. So if you listen to Swedish Disco's Metal Part 2 and the song Take a Chance on Me, you
Yeah.
can hear that in my voice that I am really, really sick.
Ah.
Uh, yeah, I felt so bad, and I recorded the vocals for on a couple of days in that album, and when it was done, sent it to mixing, and then didn't listen to it for over 2 years because I was ashamed, and it just reminded me of a horrible time in life.
Yeah. Well, let's not revisit. Let's not do volume three. Let's put that to bed, but that can go away.
Exactly. So instead, I'm just releasing covers
Yeah.
in my own pace, doing the songs that I want to do
Yeah.
without anyone telling me what to do, and that feels really good.
Yeah, and it shows. I love watching it. Whenever a video comes up, I see the premiere. You actually release them at a decent time in Australia. They normally come out at about 10 o'clock at night here, which is nice. So that's good. But getting back to it with Powertrain as well. Tell me the story behind why you chose Powertrain as the lead single, because I love the video. That's a great concept video as well. Fun song. What made you go down that route?
Uh, well, in our rehearse room where we rehearsed outside, we were rehearsing. Our rehearsal place was in the same building as an old train garage. The
Oh,
building next to it was a train museum, and outside were old trains, broken trains. There were trains everywhere. So we said, hey, if we're ever doing something with trains, we have photo location, video location, everything. We don't need to pay for anything or go anywhere. We have everything here. And then when we were deciding about new album, all right, let's take advantage of this.
yeah,
Let's use Powertrain. Let's use the trains. And we call it Powertrain
yeah,
because then it could be Majestica's Power Tour. People working with us, the Power Crew, Power Guitar Pick, the Power Drumstick. The
yeah.
Power Guitar. Everything could be power, like power metal. Then we came up with the idea for a music video that there's these different characters on board the train, and all of these characters represents a song on the
Mm.
album.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
go back and watch that video because I saw the Vikings and you got people in the Aussie, obviously Crazy Train. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go back now that I've listened to the album.
yeah,
I haven't seen the video since. Oh, interesting. Okay,
mm,
okay. Oh, very
yeah,
clever. Very clever. I like that. I like that.
yeah.
Smart.
And
Yeah.
then yeah, and we have like one song called Victorious. We have a group of girls who just won a football tournament. They have this trophy.
Yep.
They're victorious. We have a knight sitting in the front who represents my epic dragon.
Yes. And you
Uh,
you got no pain. Well, was it no pain, no gain on the album as well? The fitness boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
exactly,
yeah, okay.
exactly.
It's all coming together.
Uh,
Yeah, there we go.
yeah, and Thunder Power, the guy who's scared all the time
Yeah.
because that song is about meeting. Oh, I can't forget it. I forgot his name. The the wolf that
Oh,
haunts down Atreyu.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. From Neverending
I,
Story. Yeah, yeah,
exactly. I
yeah.
don't. And then he says, uh, like, people without hope are easy to control.
Yes.
And then at the in the bridge, you can hear the vocals go, "No hope, and you will be controlled. The nothing approaches, and you better run. No hope, and you will be controlled."
Oh, mate, this is brilliant. This is one thing I love about power metal as well. All the little nuances you guys put into it. I love it. Like it's a lot of fun, and it must be a lot of fun to play live. Speaking of playing live as well, I know hopefully there's an Australian tour in the future. I'm lucky enough. I'm going over the Vacken this year, mate. I get to see you live playing Majestica. I got to see you playing live in Sabaton. In fact, I have a fun little story about that, and I brought it up. Got a little pic
Mhm.
here, little pic that says Tommy Johansson.
No
Tommy
way!
Guide. Yes, I actually have two from the same show. Now, this is my wife's favorite pick. It's the only pick my wife has ever caught in my life. She is a massive fan of you. In fact, she couldn't be in the room today because she was so shy that I was interviewing you. This flew down. I went to catch it. It hit me right in the eye, fell to the
Oh,
ground. Yes, it was okay. I had sunglasses on. Hit me right in the eye, fell
okay.
to the ground. Another guy stood on it. My wife picked this gentleman off the ground, physically lifted him up and grabbed the pick from under his shoe. I've never seen this straight. I don't know how she did it. This guy was bigger than me, picked it up and grabbed it and put it in her pocket. She was like, there was no way I was not getting a Tommy pick. So that's a fun little story. And I said to her, I was like, well, we need to get a Majestica pick when we're at Vacken. So I'll be the white guy with the beard and the black shirt in the crowd. So if you kind of see me, could you throw a pick? I might be the only one.
Black shirt, beard. Yeah, I think I would be able to find you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think I should stand out. I don't think any other metal crowds look like me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe. No.
yeah. Yeah. It's like when I was at Sweden Rock Festival, a guy came to me. Hey, have you seen this? My friend Marcus, he has blonde, long hair, and black T-shirt. Yeah, he went that way. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's great.
Really?
We definitely wear a uniform. At least you stand out a bit because you kind of do the flare jeans. So you can go,
Yeah.
oh yeah, with the flare jeans. So yeah, you at least stand out. But Tommy, oh mate, I'm
Okay.
just looking at the time now, and I know you're a busy man, and you've probably got other interviews after me, and I don't want to keep you too long, even though I could talk all night. But I hope you can come to Australia again one day. Actually, tell me, last time you were here in Australia with Sabaton, you were here for good things. I've even got the hat on. How'd you like that experience? Was that your first time here? I don't think you were here last time, were you? No, you
I've
were.
been to I've been to Australia two times, I
Yeah.
think.
Download Festival as well. You opened for a Monomath. That's right. I remember now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, exactly. And then in 2018 and then in 2022,
Yes.
I was in Australia. Yes, exactly. And I had always had a good time in Australia. It's such a nice time. And the people, the food, everything is just nice
Yeah.
in Australia. I haven't, I mean, except for some huntsmen in the hotel room and a couple of flying dogs over our heads. I haven't seen so many exotic animals. So hopefully next time we will have time to do that.
Yeah, well, maybe you can do a bit of a round trip. If you ever bring Majestica down here, maybe you can go out to Canberra, see some kangaroos and some drop bears, all the good fun
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
would be cool.
Well, Tommy, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. Is there anything you want to say to the fans watching this channel? Because, like I said, a lot of people have been wanting, hey, could you do an interview of Tommy? And I've known all week that I am. I'm like, oh, maybe, maybe. Is there anything you want to say to the fans that have been just kind of dying to hear from you for a while, especially the Aussies?
Well, Australia. Thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting Majestica. I see on my YouTube channel that there's a lot of people saying hi from Australia. So there's a lot of people there supporting me. And I just want to say thank you so much. And I hope you will like the new album Powertrain. It's coming February 7th, filled with epic power metal and 90s and 80s movies references, including one song about an alternative story of Back to the Future. I hope you guys will like it. And again, thank you so much. I hope we see you soon in Australia.
I hope you see. Oh well, I hope we see you down here as well. I cannot wait, Tommy. It's been fantastic having you here. All the best. Cannot wait for the album. Link will be in the comments below. So pre-save, pre-order, do all the fun stuff, guys. Tommy, thanks again, mate.
Thank you so much, and don't forget to listen to the choirs before the solo in the song "My Epic Dragon."
I definitely will. I definitely will, mate. Thank you.